guys, it's Ghosdee. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be ranking the Purge films. So we just had a very important holiday, Juneteenth, and then there was another date that is supposed to celebrate the freedom of people in America, but actually majority of people weren't free until Juneteenth 1865, so I don't really consider July 4th a holiday. Nonetheless, July 4th is when America gained our independence. I felt what better way to celebrate that shitty ass fake patriotic holiday than by watching the Purge films, seeing as these movies are a little bit more realistic than I expected. When I first watched these films, I remember thinking that it was completely outrageous that the government would ever convince people that we need to commit crime to purge ourselves. It's looking like it's definitely could happen in a very, very, very close future. I honestly haven't celebrated 4th of July in like 4 years. I say that we all should stop celebrating Independence Day, just start celebrating Purge Day. There was a time where I really loved these movies, but this binge was definitely eye-opening. I still appreciate what themes are brought to light. I appreciate the risk that writer and director James DeMonico, I think that's his name, correct me if I'm wrong, takes with these films. Watching it now, I wonder if it was intentional that he brought the whole murder aspect into it as very dystopian idea what America could be like, or if he just knew that that's where we're headed, because either way, fucking wow, we're definitely headed there. But they are not the best movies, and I get it now. I get why a lot of people are over the series. I stand for what they're trying to say, and I stand for the mirror that he is putting up to America, despite some plot issues, some acting issues, repetitiveness. It's a pretty solid series, but maybe not my favorite anymore. This isn't a bad film, and I don't hate this film. This is lost on my list just because it's literally basically the second film, but there's an election. That was the year that we thought that Hillary was going to win. It kind of rehashes everything that we already know. The government is bad, rich white people are bad, the purge is bad. They bring back Leo from the second movie to protect the senator who is running for president. We get that awesome scene with the candy store girl. The actress for that is absolutely amazing. I hate her, but only because she killed that role, and I also love Miley Cyrus and love that they chose Party in the USA. I can say that I do appreciate that when we learn that the people on the opposing side set up to assassinate the senator who was running for president, it comes to the ending where they're head to head and she has the option to kill him, but she's like, no, I want to win fair and square. I like that. Good character choice. I mean, this is like not a bad film. It's just a film. It just exists. I think that it was kind of unnecessary. It's just not my favorite. Watching these films back to back is not bad. I gave this movie 3 stars on Letterboxd, and it's currently sitting at 2.7 stars. When I first watched this movie, I was absolutely in love with it, and it has everything to do with Leo, the main character, the badass guy that's sexy and like killing bitches everywhere, but also because what I felt after it ended. I'd never been so angry with being American. This was 2014, maybe right before Black Lives Matter movement, or it was just about to happen. I would say this was like the first time I like really opened my eyes to the injustices in this world, and it hurt me. Purge Anarchy basically adds to the world of the Purge. It adds to the narrative, and then we're getting the politics of it. The government hire people to go to projects to kill people in the projects. That's fucked up. We also get the anti-movement, very similar to like the Black Panther movement or even the Black Lives Matter movement.
Not fire! We're here to help you!
Who the fuck are you?
Nobody special. Just some people who don't necessarily agree with the purge is all.
There's a lot of great ideas presented into this film. I liked it, but we're following these characters and I'm not super in love with them. The story just kind of drags. I like what this movie introduced. I'm just not completely in love with the film. It doesn't resonate with me the way it did when I first watched it. I gave it 3 stars on Letterboxd, and it's currently sitting at 2.9 stars on Letterboxd. When I first saw this movie, I didn't think I was gonna like it, but boy, do I love this film. It's a great prequel. I fuck with this film because it shows you the essence of black culture. And let me tell you, first of all, the savior is a fucking drug dealer. I wrote in my notes, drug dealer representation, because a lot of the times the representation of drug dealers in films are like, oh, they're the bad guys. And I'm not gonna say drug dealers are great. You probably shouldn't do that. But I also do think about how they still care so much about a community, and there's a sense of community. So regardless of drug dealers or gang members or what have you, there is community. That is not ever really represented. It's always just like, oh, gang violence, black on black crime, bullshit. But at the end of the day, like, I got you. Especially if you're growing up in a poor inner city, we will put our differences aside if it's us against them. The drug dealer saves the day. He literally is like, all right, I will kill some fucking militia ass, white Nazi ass people. He got his crew to do it. They were so down. He lost people in the midst of that. It's sad, but there's beauty in that. I love Dimitri. I want to marry him. I never wanted to marry a drug dealer until I watched this fucking movie. And also, it's fucking hilarious. They tell black people, hey, you can do whatever you want. All the crime, anything, even murder. And they throw a party because that's what we do. We loved having fun and getting together. Also, what I appreciate in this film, it shows the juxtaposition between two sides, for lack of a better term, of people within the black community. We get scenes where the main characters go to a church to seek solace. There's a service all night. They're safe, they're protected. And then there's black people out in the streets partying. Partying is a way for us to escape, not just like getting drunk and doing drugs. I'm saying like playing the jams, barbecuing, dancing, enjoying each other. And then also our religion, our faith is another way for us to escape. I definitely really enjoyed this film. I gave it a 5 stars on Letterboxd, and it's currently sitting at 2.5 stars on Letterboxd. I think that if the first installment of the Purge series isn't #1 on your list, you're wrong. I think what I like most about this movie is that it's scary. This movie feels more like a horror film, and the other movies don't really feel like horror films. The main antagonist, these group of strangers that are trying to kill this homeless guy that is in our main family's home, and they are crazy. That montage of them waiting outside, all the security cams, that's the shit that will make your skin crawl. These people are out here with masks, ready to kill bitches. Shit's fucking creepy. Another thing about The Purge is that these characters represent ideas, and this movie really makes you think, what would you do? What is moral? What is not moral? The main guy, Ethan Hawke's character, he's in a situation to where he could basically sacrifice this homeless guy to save his family, or they can try and work together to defeat the people. In the beginning, he's very selfish in the sense of his life matters more than the homeless guy. What I enjoy about that is that this family, the dad and partially the mom, definitely represent people in America that are blinded by their own privilege and their own comfort. They're not like, oh yeah, he deserved to die, or maybe if they weren't this, that, you know, they're not extremists, but they're on this fence of, well, it doesn't affect me and my family, so it is what it is. They start from being supporters of the Purge. You know, they're supporting this out of habit because their government told them to, and they have the privilege to not see the government for what it is, like minorities may do. They get to live in their little safe protection bubble. Crazy that he quite literally works for home security and sells home security. They literally get to avoid the Purge every year because they have great security because they can afford it. They don't ever have to experience the Purge for real because they have the privilege not to. You know, at the end of the day, the people that want to kill the main family and the homeless guy are bad. But is Ethan Hawke's character bad because he wants to protect his family? Me personally, yes, I would say that he should want to save everybody and not just him and his family. But some people might not get that. Seeing this and watching him go through this journey could help some people. Some all lives matter people, maybe. I'm just saying. Overall, solid film. I thought I was gonna lower my rating on it, but I'm sticking to the 5 stars. So I gave it 5 stars on Letterboxd. It's currently sitting at 2.6 stars on Letterboxd. I'm so glad I spent my 4th of July binging the Purge films. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, you can give it a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe to my channel to watch my future videos. And if you want to be notified whenever I release a video, you can always just hit the bell. You can follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram at Disco Llama, Twitter at Ghosdee, and Letterboxd at Ghosdee. Thanks, I'll see you in the next video.